Thank you so much. That's really great advice. I have a question that we hear from teachers sometimes about what happens after the game is over. Kind of connected to this idea of the noise level might come up and we might be more excited. How can teachers support children in coming back down and refocusing their attention on the lessons?
So I think this is actually an opportunity for parts of even some of the other kernels. Some of the practices that are embedded in the other kernels have to do with this kind of regulating and calming down and recentering. And so one practice that could be tied to any kernel could be a routine at the end, which is that everybody stops when they're finished and closes their eyes and takes 3 giant breaths. And you can even count, breathe in to a count of 4 and hold and then breathe out. And it could just become a routine of, now we're finished and we're going to do this very simple calming down exercise, and then we're going to move on to the next thing. So it could be that you couple a kernel that has lots of rowdy fun, or any kernel, with a transition activity that is really about recentering and then moving to the next thing.
I love that idea. I think creating a transition routine out of games that helps kids go from an energetic, maybe rowdy place to a more calm place, and then that signals that now we're going back to schoolwork or whatever else is next. I think that's a great idea.
Well, thank you both so much. We've heard lots of great ideas. Are there any other pieces of advice or strategies you might give to help classroom communities support each other while playing games?
I think there are lots of ways to bring children as a community into these conversations. So if some children are feeling anxious or uncertain, you can have a conversation about how everyone's feeling and make lists of all the different feelings that arise. So the process of sort of having feelings that are excitement or anxiety, that is completely normalized in the setting. So I think you can really bring kids into this process of thinking about feelings and offering suggestions about what we might do. What's a calming down routine that we might do as a group to move from the game into the next activity? You can get all sorts of advice from kids about that, their suggestions for what to do. I think they can be really, really helpful partners as a group in coming up with ideas. And sometimes when they are brought into the decision making, they get more committed to the action itself. So I would say, ask them questions about what they think.
I totally agree.
Becca and I always agree. I think one last thing about this whole conversation that is helpful to remember, and is something that we hear a lot from our partner teachers, which is that sometimes, not all the time, school is a hard place. It's work, and children are working hard. They're learning lots of things, and the opportunity to have something short that is really playful makes all the rest of the work easier to do. And it makes school a really fun place to be. And so some of that fun and letting loose is okay.
I totally agree. And it can be something to look forward to. And it's so wonderful for students to have something in the school day that they look forward to. And so if gameplay can be that, I think that's a wonderful thing.
Well, Stephanie and Becca, thank you both so much for sharing your ideas about ways we can support kids in managing their emotions and in managing their behavior while we play kernels.